Back in the day, this is before you guys' time. I mean, they used to print the lines in a newspaper.
I'm still trying to understand the lines.
So every day you get them online now, but the lines are like the spread. So the spread is like the great equalizer. So
Is that the over-unders?
over-unders and then point spread. Bears are underdogs by 3. They gotta cover the 3. They can still cover the spread of the game, but lose. But you still win the bet.
Yeah.
So it makes it a lot more challenging. So the spread is like the equalizer.
Spread helps you like place more detailed bets opposed to just saying that person's gonna win or that person's gonna lose.
Exactly.
We're live. We are live from Chicago. So, guys, another episode of Adversity Kings. We're on like 300 plus gross episodes. This will be 230 net. So obviously, because this episode will net our audio, our video, we got everything lined up. I tell you guys that just as a reminder of life never goes as you plan. You know what I mean? Just keep recording, keep taking shots, keep doing the things that you're doing, keep showing up, keep making plays, and eventually over time you're gonna have a lot more growth than whatever you anticipated. But today we got special guests and professional. Can I call it professional sports? Can I say that?
You can say that.
Yeah, professional sports bettor. So it's cool because you had like a YouTube show, type deal. I got to watch that, and that put a lot more behind like my vision and like my understanding of everything that you've been able to accomplish. You know what I mean? Through almost like a literal legitimate industry, not just a legitimate business, but a legitimate industry that's probably generates billions a year.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the low end, I would imagine.
And that was 6 years ago.
And that was 6 years ago, right?
Old.
So we got Chris Hammer, born in Germany, been gambling, betting since a teenager with your grandpa. Lost your ass off for 7 years. Lived in Vegas and specifically spent 3 years straight living at MGM Casino in Red Rock Casino. Is Red Rock where we met Dana?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So how long's Dana been going to Red Rock?
Man, the cool part about Vegas is you run into so many people. I was in and out of there. I lived there for almost 10 years, so I met a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
Being there, you just cross paths.
Yeah, we crossed paths. So that's where I got linked up with Bob Menery, and then I linked up with Bob. He's always there, and he was like, because I was at some event with another insurance guy. Shout out John Sarasani from Chicago, and he had an event down there. We went to it. We got linked up with Bob Menery. I go, Bob, let's do a podcast. We do a podcast. I got a dope suite down there, and I wake up. We do the podcast. I wake up, dude's still in the room. I'm like, dog, you're still here? He's like, yeah, I haven't slept. I was like, damn, bro, that's that Vegas energy. I wanted to bring Samaje in. So Samaje's started his like a little sports betting business.
Oh, nice.
He's one of my insurance partners. But I told him he needed to come sit in. He wants to link with you after.
Sure.
So I'm going to continue with the bio of Chris Hammer. This is a professional sports bettor. So he was featured on Cappers TV, which streamed from Spike TV. Best 2-week period, 38,000. Also, worst 2-week period, 38,000. Life lessons learned in discipline and not chasing losses, not being emotionally attached to money, outcome, results. Stick to the process. Sports are 100% rigged and manipulated. Then I got to watch the Capper TV segment, which was sick. Now, Capper is someone that places sports bets?
So I'm a little bit unique, and I'm a little sensitive to the term. You wouldn't really understand that unless you're in it fully, but like a handicapper is really a professional who specializes in doing the picks, and they make money, and their whole goal is like to build that community. That's my secondary stream. So I really just started doing the marketing stuff like this year. So I'm a professional sports bettor who sells picks on the side. So I'm really trying to beef up the community. But a lot of people that know me, once you get to know me, like, man, your product's so dope. You know what you're doing. You need to market yourself. So I really just didn't care about that my whole life. I was just like the guy behind the scenes, you know what I mean? Just down low in the cut, but slapping games. Like one of those people you never know, you never meet, you never see, just laying low, but killing games.
Is there any sports you won't bet? Like, will you bet fights?
I got a few guys, so a little bit about what I do. I'm only like one ingredient of it. So I'm like about 33% of like what I do, but I will tap UFC. UFC is a great money maker. I'm personally not good at UFC at all. I enjoy the sport, and there's a lot of money to be made on it, but it's not my specialty.
Yeah.
So, but I run a syndicate group, which is basically designed to mastermind the best sports bettors collectively, and I've been doing that for like almost 10 years, almost maybe even 15 years. But what that does is I can go cold at any moment. I can go cold today, tomorrow, whatever. But we've got a core group of people that we basically play every single person's picks, elite level players, just like me. And we play them every day. So I might go 0-3, but maybe you can carry me.
That's so smart. It's almost like a hedge fund. You know
It
what I mean?
is,
So it's
because
like, you got so many different stocks. If this loses, you're gonna win with this.
right. And like I'm very good where I'm not gonna, go like 0-3. It can happen, but I'm usually gonna go 2-1 like every day. But there's guys that are just elite level stuff. Not to give away too much information, but I also have a couple like Asian cats. Shout out to all my Vietnamese guys in Long Beach, but they got AI programs that detect line movement before it happens. So I know 15 minutes before the line's going to change in the casinos. It's almost cheating.
What's the line?
So, for example, today I got a game and I was really shocked that it hit, but we had over 8.5, and you can do the Google on this, but it was over 8.5 on the Nationals and the Giants, and it was very, very low scoring. One of y'all want to pull it up? They scored 6 runs in the 9th inning for us to hit that shit.
Pull this up. What is it?
If someone pull it up and tell me how many runs were scored in the 9th inning, because I don't even know.
9th inning, the Giants.
Today.
Yeah.
3-3. So 6.
6 runs in the 9th inning for us to win. So that alone, and that was a mathematical AI generated bet that was given to me from one of our programs that we run. So that, I bet that with confidence. I think I slapped it for maybe 1,000 or 1,500, but not a bad way to start your day off. You know what I mean? And we've got just stuff that, we're like expert level, and that's just one of my people that I have.
What are you the expert of in your group?
I'm the expert of analyzing data. I'm good at live betting, but I'm good at analyzing a group of picks and telling you which one's the best one. And I know I've been studying these people and these individuals for almost a decade, where if there's overlap, like I like a game and you like a game, and someone else that I trust likes a game, that's the game.
Now, what's your expert sport though? Like if someone was like, man, we need Hammer for this sport.
One of my nicknames is the soccer god. So I was actually banned on a book in LA.
How? Soccer is like one goal, bro.
Some of my favorite bets, real quick, but you can bet over 1 goal for the first half. So a lot of times in these high scoring leagues, they'll pop a goal in the first 5 minutes. Your money's safe. It's a push at worst.
Yeah.
If they score 2 goals, your bet cashes. I also used to stack 5-team parlays of teams that were favored by 2 goals or more, and it would be like $1,000 to win $1,000. But 2-goal favorites in soccer are extremely likely. Like if you compared it to UFC, it'd be like a very, very good champion versus someone who's just trash.
Yeah.
Where it's almost automatic, and I was hitting these 5-team parlays on a daily basis until they cut me off.
Wow.
So I would say soccer is number 1. Number 2, bar none, NFL. And NFL is very difficult, but I've just been a master of that. I will watch every single game. I'll literally be at Bet Rivers or down by you at Hard Rock every Sunday from sun up to sundown. I'm literally in the casino 12 hours a day. I'm watching the first game, and I'm not leaving until Sunday Night Football is over.
Wow.
That type of shit with coffee, all that.
Yeah. Just locked in on the
Fuck
discipline.
in, bro. I'm working on Sundays.
Yeah.
Like, that's my work day. Like, it's exhausting.
Is there a casino in Miami?
Yeah, there's Hollywood.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. They got Betty, but you got to come up to at least Hard Rock, Tampa. That's going to be my new home base. But my home base here is Bet Rivers. You can see on my IG, I got tickets from Bet
Sarasani
Rivers.
is always up playing blackjack. Do you know Sarasani?
The name sounds
You
familiar.
gotta check out John Sarasani. He's got funny gambling content. But a lot of these guys are funny with the blackjack right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's good odds with it. I just never got into it.
I like the sports betting, I think, more. That sounds a little more exhilarating.
It is, and like think of it this way. I don't even know what type of investments you make. You can bet on a stock, the S&P, hedge funds, whatever. You can bet on cryptocurrency, or you can bet on something like fighting, where you know who's gonna win. Maybe it's gonna be submission, a knockout, whatever. If you're really tapped into that, your information is almost better than
Yeah.
something else like a stock or cryptocurrency. So
Dude, have you seen the movie, the sports betting movie with Will Smith?
I've seen a lot of them.
You know what? You guys know what I'm talking about? That sports betting movie with Will Smith and the girl, and they like.
Yeah.
It's I forget what the movie's called, dude, but that's what I thought of when I thought of you. I was like, damn, bro. Like, bro pulls up like the horse races, and it's like, yo, we got information that horse's hoof is fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, place it on that horse or something like that. But no, for you, so it's more so the soccer, the NFL. And I was watching the Capper, and I love one of the lines in there, and it was like, some dude called. He was like, "What the fuck, dude? Patriots lost." And you're like, I don't play for the Patriots, dog. You win some, you lose some. It's 60 minutes for a reason. I was dying, bro. I was going through TSA, and I was like, bro, just tell one of his clients he doesn't play for the Patriots.
That's my pet peeve. So I have a lot of subscribers, and it's funny if we'll just use baseball for example, but it'll be top of the first inning. Whatever our bet is losing, 1-0. Like, the team we bet on hasn't even had a chance to bat yet. Like, give it a fucking, chance.
Get up to bat.
Yeah, like, people don't understand that these games are really decided, like, a lot of times right at the end. So, like, I don't get too nervous. That was one of the best moments ever caught on film. I bet $10,000 on the Patriots on that Super Bowl, and they were down, 28-3 at halftime?
Wow, that was that?
And they came back and won in overtime, and I covered the money line and the spread, and I cleaned out my homeboy for $5,000 and won 10 G's on the spot, and that was where I was kind of like made on the internet.
Yeah, bro.
That was like 2018.
Wow.
So
was it Mozzie?
Yeah.
Are you still cool?
Yeah, we're still cool.
Is he still sports bet?
Hell yeah. We kind of came up together in the industry a bit, but yeah, man, he's one hell of a marketer. Shout out Mozzie VS. But yeah, man, that's my guy, man. He was like, we used to kick it, party all the time in Vegas. He's like my homeboy. So
who's the greatest sports bettor currently? Like, who's the LeBron of sports betting?
I will say this. I'm not gonna say myself because that's just arrogant. But I got this homeboy. He goes by BK. He just came out of prison, did 18 months. Shout out BK. I'm not gonna drop the real name. Did $1 million cash 1 week.
What do you bet on the Ryan Garcia fight?
Rolls Royce. Girl has a Benz. 25 years old. He makes me look like I don't know what I'm doing.
Wow.
90% win rate on like NFL preseason. Dude's an absolute dog. These Vietnamese cats, man, they're like next level. Like, hands down, I haven't touched what he touches. I mean, this kid was slapping 50 G's a game at 22, 25 in my face, just stacking these cash on the thing, like, give me my ticket, bro. And he was cleaning up 50 grand, 100 grand games, and like, I'm betting like a couple grand. You know what I mean? So I'm like a little shrimp.
Yeah.
And he's just skilled, man. Like, he was calling me from prison, giving me, information and plays. Like, that's my guy. Like he's one of my best friends in life. And we all met literally on Instagram.
Is he in the syndicate?
He's in there.
Damn, bro. Yeah, you're definitely... Shit.
Yeah, he's worth the price of admission alone. He puts me to shame.
The rest of the sports betting S&P 500.
Yeah.
Well deserved putting stock into that, bro.
BK Bookie killer, man. You never meet him, but he's best I've ever seen with my 2 eyes. $1 million cash 1 week.
Damn, he's like, you never meet him.
You never meet him.
You never meet him, dude. Let's spin off real quick other sports betting. I always like to know like origin stories. So you're born in Germany.
Yes.
How long?
Since I was a little kid, parents got divorced, came over here, grew up in Columbus, Ohio.
Wow.
Not a big fan of the Midwest.
Yeah.
Other than Chicago.
I got to go to Ohio for a podcast the 15th.
Where at?
Cleveland. They just had like a tornado or something go through
there. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan either. There ain't much to do there.
It's boring, man.
Yeah, I told the guy, I was like, you can fly me in and fly me out same day. Fly me in, fly me the hell out.
Yeah, I don't go back much.
Yeah. Not at all, man. So you were in Germany. Who were you with? Family, mom, dad?
I got a brother over there and a dad over there. We don't really communicate a whole lot. Wasn't really around. Another story. No shade, but it is what it is. And my mom is really the soldier. She was working a couple jobs and
Brought you over?
Yeah. Teacher, German teacher. My mom's dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mom. So.
But love it, dude.
She made me
sounds like, so I got a Varsity Kings. It really was inspired from my mom. Like, my dad's foundational for it as well. They both went through some adversity. Both of them went away. And when mom got out, she raised me and my little sister working 2-3 jobs, raised us on food stamps. And, really, I think when she watches and hears the story, like maybe that seems like overemphasized, but I'll really try to overemphasize how hardcore of a woman she is on like working, providing, and making sure we always had what we needed. You know what I mean? She always found a way, not overnight, but over time. So like Adversity Kings was watching my mom be a king and step up, you know what I mean, and just kind of take charge of the house and just take over all the adversity, you know what I mean? Like just literally overcome it all. So that's where the Adversity Kings gets inspired from. But so you get over here, you're in Columbus, Ohio. How long were you there?
High school, I went to Miami of Ohio. I had a great run there. Bachelor's, undergrad, master's, did the whole college thing. I couldn't tell you where my degrees are.
Yeah.
I don't know where they are, collecting dust somewhere.
Yeah. So after college, what's life look like?
It's funny as it sounds with Adversity Kings, my life, like 0 to 24, I didn't have much adversity, which is strange, but my adversity came after grad school.
Yeah.
So, the real world hits you, and then you got to kind of adapt.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a whole lot, but everyone goes through their stuff. I'd say the roughest moment, this is just more personal, but my grandparents had raised me. Grandfather got brain cancer. They kind of went together. It was terminal, so that was tough on me. And I had a pretty dark stretch for a while that I had to snap out of, but
yeah.
I would say that was more personal, wasn't really professional.
Yeah.
So I've always been a hustler.
But you were always sports betting though, since a kid with your grandpa.
Yeah, back in the day, this is before you guys' time. They used to print the lines in a newspaper.
I'm still trying to understand the lines.
So every day you get them online now, but the lines are like the spread. So the spread is like the great equalizer. So
is that the over-unders?
Over-unders, and then point spread. Bears are underdogs by 3. They gotta cover the 3. They can still cover the spread of the game, but lose, but you still win the bet.
Yeah.
So it makes it a lot more challenging. So the spread is like the equalizer.
Spread helps you like place more detailed bets, opposed to just saying that person's going to win or that person's going to lose.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And what determines a spread? A
Um,
lot of stats, a lot of details.
It's an underground group in Vegas that no one knows with computer systems, and they're
Underground group. Now this shit sounds 100% rigged.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The lines makers. I don't know who they are. No one does.
Damn. And what, do they get a cut?
They're designed to make everyone lose. So like how a normal bet would be, they make money on both sides. So there's a thing called juice. So if you bet on like the Cowboys, they might be like negative 120.
Yeah.
That means you have to put up 1,200 to win 1,000.
I love that you said the Cowboys. Dak Prescott follows me. He shared some of my shit.
For real?
Yeah, he shared one of my posts.
I got a side story, but I'm not going to put it on this podcast with that. Ran into him in Vegas, cool cat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's it.
Come on, Dak.
But yeah, Cowboys aren't a really good team to bet on, though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. Yeah.
We bet against, they're a good team.
Yeah. The Packers, when they beat them in the playoffs last year, that was like a 3-1, 4-1 thing. You put a couple of G's down, you're getting $8K back.
Yeah.
I didn't see it happening, but, that was the payout on that.
Damn.
So I wasn't on
Yeah,
that.
I think I would always bet against the Cowboys in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. There's just certain
1,000%.
teams, and Packers are one of them. Every team has a team that has their number.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of know the history of the rivalry.
Wow.
So, but I'm excited, man. NFL's about to start. This is like my time of year.
Yeah, you're about to lock in, dude.
I'm unreachable on Sundays.
Wow, you're about to lock in.
Yeah, so baseball really is like my 5th best sport, and I've been spazzing lately on baseball just by the grace
Did
of
you
God.
make any money on the Rangers winning the World Series?
No.
Our insurance company, that's our like team.
Really?
Globe Life Field.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's our field.
I am betting on them a lot more as of recent because they're kind of the defending champs and they need to go on a run to make the wild card.
Mm-hmm.
So, free game, that's a team I'm going to be backing a lot the rest of the way.
Yeah.
So, they should be covering a lot of games, winning a lot of games, and sneaking into the playoffs.
Do you know, like, are you detailed on the players too? Like, you know players, or you just know like teams? Because I'm starting to go through my mind. I'm like thinking of like players. Are they still in the league? Are they not in the league? Like, do you know shit like that? Or is it not as relevant?
Baseball, no. Basketball, football, yeah.
Now do you bet like March Madness and?
Yeah.
College basketball or no?
Yeah, I do college. College to me is changing. It's been more difficult. I used to lose a lot of money on college. Full transparency. It can get slippery.
He played in March Madness.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What team was that again?
Jacksonville State.
Jacksonville State. He got a March Madness ring. Shit's like this big.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. It was a participation March Madness ring.
Hey, that's the goal when you go there. Those small schools just want to get in the dance.
That's insane though. And he told me, he's like, I played in March Madness. And I was like, and I'm 6'4". And then he showed me the ring. And I was like, oh shit, I'm not 6'4".
I mean, that's dope, but a lot of things about college, college is turning more professional. These college athletes are getting millions of dollars.
You start getting NIL deals in middle school now. You know what I mean? You got 12-year-olds selling $1 million quarterback.
And the game's changing a lot of money behind it. There's a lot of FanDuel and DraftKings. These people sponsor these leagues, and you can't tell me that hundreds of millions of dollars, they're not working together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
1,000%.
So.
Who's your? I mean, I don't want to start giving out free game too much on like favorite teams and favorite players. So we won't go dive too deep into that. But okay, so what's a typical week look like for you? You know what I mean? Structuring your group and everything like that. I know I go to bed and you're getting up or something, right?
Our schedules aren't great, but we'll work on that.
Dude, I honestly I used to be big on like schedule and routine, and then I started to realize like when you're a warrior and you're a killer, like you should get rid of time because everything that we're familiar with is essentially man-made. You know what I mean? So it's like time was created, the concept of time was created by man. You know what I mean? Because truly, the true measurement of time is the sun goes up, it goes down. You know what I mean? So like us coming up with these hours, these days, these calendars, it's all man created. And some might say, you sound absolutely insane, but like nobody has audibly heard the voice of God say, hey, look, it's 12 o'clock right now. You know what I mean? Like, no, the sun is up, the sun goes down. So like for me, my mindset probably a couple years ago transitioned from like time, routine, have to get up every day at 4 a.m. to...
You're a beast for that.
Well, I don't do it as much anymore. Now it's more of a focus of 7 hours of sleep. You know what I mean? So it's like I'll try to go to bed in between 9 to 11, and I like to get up before 6 a.m. You know what I mean? But I'm not worried. What I'm worried about is getting better at making money. 24/7. Like, just get better at making money. You know what I mean? Like, can I get better at my craft? Can I make money? And I'm not worried about judging how others do when they kill. You know when lions like to hunt the most? During the night. Lions like to hunt during the night. They're nocturnal. You know what I mean? So like they're more structured to operate and hunt during the night. Everybody wants to be the king of the jungle. Well, they go to war in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? So it's like I just analyze things differently. It's like there's a lot of people making a lot of money that work in the middle of the night.
I'm one of them. My most creative hours is quiet hours, 12 to 2.
Yeah,
I kill 12 to 2 every night.
So one of my guys is like that, dude. So he kills it. He's, predominantly in the insurance space, but like he don't text back until probably like 1, 2 p.m. And I'll be up 6 a.m. working with and he's like, oh, he's my partner. You know what I mean? And for the longest time, I'd want to just throw his head through a wall. You know what I mean? I'm up at 4 a.m. I'm like, dude, I'm going to lose my mind. You know what I mean? And then I started looking and I was like, no, I want him to stay on this shift. Because if I'm working the first 12 hours of the day or whatever, I'm working the sunlight. I got me a partner working the midnight. Now I got 24/7 money. What are we talking about? You know what I mean? So it's like everything's perspective and understanding of like, dude, like forget time, forget the calendar. There's no holidays, there's no birthdays. It's just get better, get money. It's like my philosophy.
You got a lot of great philosophies. Like I've known you for a while, and I'm happy to connect, man, because you're just a...
Dude, we're just getting started.
I know.
Like we're literally just getting started. I've got things in the play right now that people don't even realize, and I'm so excited to start the AK Brotherhood because like people don't realize like the people that get connected with me now at this level and get locked in at this level, they're locked in for life. You're locked in for life with me at this level. In 12 months, when people don't even see like what's going on behind the scenes, and I'm on different stages and different circles, the people in my brotherhood, the people in my businesses and my family, and this is family to me, dude. You're talking about immediate access. You know what I mean? I'm plugged in like behind the scenes. Like I know I can reveal it a little bit, but like working with like Andy, and most people don't know like Andy Elliott's got a large reach in the sales world, but then that reaches to PBD. He's got a large reach in the world in general. You know what I mean? So you start to hit political, you start to hit older, younger groups, you start to hit the sports better, you start to hit all of it. You know what I mean? And then now you're one call away from like Joe Rogan and Donald Trump. You know, so it's like things are getting really, really exciting. And I've done this in the last 3 years with minimal resources. You know what I mean? Like minimal. Like I've probably put in close to $1 million just between brand building, collaboration, and all the investments into the media and everything like that. But the return investment's about to be insane. It's already been insane, dude. I'm super excited. I can't even like voice like, dude, like super excited about what's about to happen.
I feel like I've been living under a rock because I messaged you and I was like, man, I didn't even know you had the podcast stuff. And then I looked through it. I'm like, damn. I'm like,
yeah, bro,
he's going crazy on it.
Yeah, dude. And Antonio Brown's cool. And we got plugged in with him, and that was so like simple. And dude was super genuine. I was worried. I was like, we're probably not gonna be able to air the podcast because I was like, he's gonna go off. Like he's just gonna go crazy. And I'm still so tied into the insurance space where it's like if he went too crazy, I wouldn't have been able to air it. But he was genuine, dude. He was chill. You know what I mean? And then I'm just sitting here thinking like, damn, bro, like I'm about to get Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Like that would blow this shit out of the water, dude. But it was super cool because I was in Pittsburgh for basically 10 years. You know what I mean? So having AB and like I should have asked him, but like, do you remember Santonio Holmes?
Yeah, man. I mean, I went to school with Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so
yeah, dude.
Small world.
Super small world, bro. Ben Roethlisberger, dude. That's incredible. I was at the game that speaking of go back to the Cowboys. I was at the game when Tony Romo got put in when they were playing the Giants. I think it was the first game he got put in. I think Bledsoe was still the quarterback or something. Was it Bledsoe? Was he the quarterback before Romo? I remember he got a safety. It was the worst game in the entire world. He got safetied, just got absolutely obliterated. And I remember being at the game. Tony Romo got put in.
Man, I got another side story about Tony Romo. I'm not gonna air it out though, but
dude,
dope guy, very dope guy.
Have you met? I hear the dude plays a significant amount of poker. It's the Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man. What was the dude's name? You know
Maguire?
who? Tobey Maguire?
Yeah.
You met Tobey Maguire?
I haven't met him, but I did run into him. I'm not a big poker guy, but I was at South Point one night. You know, it was like halftime. I sat down. I didn't really know that is a place where like sharks and regulars play.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to kill time. Man, I got cleaned out in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, F this. You know what I mean? But I ran into Phil Ivey.
Wow.
And then back to my Vietnamese guys, all of their cousins are World Series of Poker champions. So my gambling network is like real deal multimillionaires in the space. They're all got bracelets and all that.
Bro, one of the best books I read this past year was The Setup by Dan Bilzerian. And it's all around kind of the concept of gambling. And just to give out, because he put it in the book, like the free game on that, is it's basically around another book that I absolutely obsessed with called The Laws of Seduction. And creating a perception of exclusivity of yourself. And so the collaborations, basically he was playing poker and he was good at poker, but he wasn't playing to win. He was more so playing to create a persona and an identity of like exclusivity. You know what I mean? Of like how powerful he was by getting around powerful people. But he was good. Like he was winning games and playing the bluff so big because then he would lose, but then play stupid and then win back. You know what I mean? So like super phenomenal book. And it made me want to like take up poker, but you know, I feel like that's a whole decade of training.
Man, any casino game, I just walk right by it. You know, I play slots for fun to kill time and donate, but I don't even look at it. Any casino game, I'm walking straight to the sports book.
Yeah,
like,
dude, I won a slots, what the hell do they call it? Jackpot for a couple bands. Bob told me to put it all back in. Lost it all. Plus another couple bands. And then I was like, I'm done with this shit. It was like 20 bands got blown in like 3 days, and I was like, oh, no, dog.
Man, every time I go to the slots, you know, I put $100 in, a minute and a half later, it's on zero.
Yeah,
so
bro.
Like, dang, man.
No, and then like
a steak or something.
You'll get around some of these guys, and they're like, let's play high ticket slots. And I'm like, it's like 100 a hit, bro. I'm like, yo, this shit's going down, dog. He's like, don't worry, bro. Don't worry. I'm cool with Dana. You cool with Dana? I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about, bro? So, dude, sick, bro. Super sick. So, what's your vision for your group over the next year?
That's an excellent question. I would say I want to expand my community as more of a gift to the universe because I'm part of the recipe, but it's really like my life purpose. I want to be remembered for sports betting, but I also there's nothing more fulfilling than actually helping someone else hit their goal and changing their life and getting that message like, hey, Hammer, you know, I paid this bill, or I got this for my girl, or we took this vacation, or I paid my mortgage, or I paid my car. That stuff is sentimental, man. Like, I'm going to win regardless. And I said this the other day, like, it's boring to watch me win. Yeah. It's a better testimony showing off someone else winning.
Wow.
And it feels better. And that's like the giving back of it. It's almost like, you know, and you got so many nuggets on so many different industries. It's just like, it's the same thing. You'll get a lot of gratification passing that down, you know, to the next person and making them, you know, feed their family and teaching them how to fish and stuff like that. So I would say just giving myself to the world, and just, it's a God-given gift that I just want to give back.
Wow.
So
now, what does it look like to join the group? What are the qualifications? What are their subscription levels? What's it look like?
So that's another excellent question. I am not fond of dealing with beginners for many reasons. So I like the people to have a little bit of background. Yeah. And I've got a 38-page ebook that I give everybody for free that is gold, and you should be able to understand it. So I get really frustrated when I deal with people that don't know how to like log in and place a bet, or can't understand what I'm texting. Like, I need you to be, this is a copy and paste system. You're taking the same test as me. I just got the answers. You just need to put it on your test. So I'm not fond of dealing with beginners, and they also bring a lot of bad juju because they're texting you when, you know, no bet rarely is going to be like wire to wire a win. So like they go back and forth. It's a competitive game. So I don't like dealing with new people. However, you know, if I'm getting paid, I got to learn to have a little patience, but there is introductory levels. So people that don't know me from like a can of paint, you can try me out for $100. I'm so G with it that if you don't win, I'll give you the next day free. That confident. I don't care. Same thing goes with my max bets. So my max bets are hitting over the last year about 75%, which is stellar. But if you pay me for a max bet, it doesn't hit, I'm going to give you the next max bet for free. So it's more of like delivering value. Like, I'm the only guy in this space that I insure your money. So if it doesn't hit, you can ride the next one. So it's more like confidence level. Like, I'm not out to get your money, man. Like, that's just secondary. I take people's money because I have 20 to 40 to 50 people that text me all day long asking for plays. So naturally, I'm going to create a business out of that because the demand is so crazy.
Yeah.
So I did it by like accident and default, not by like I wanted to sell picks and do this and that. I bet games. You see my tickets.
That's the same deal with me. You know what I mean? In regard to the insurance space, scaling, and then the brand. And it's like, I hit a point where I told the guy on the last podcast, he's like, dude, you know what I mean? Like, you got something special here. And I was like, that's when I knew it was time, because I went 6 years of just giving out advice for free on how I went from 0 to doing $5 million a year and just gross sales revenue, you know what I mean, through the insurance space. And then from there to scaling to like millions of views and engagement on a monthly basis through brand building and collaboration, you know what I mean? And it's like real raw, genuine content, real raw, transparent, like direct to consumer, like, and all that simply means is like, I'm just talking directly to human beings, you know what I mean? Relatability and showing people, here's the behind the scenes, like my whole life, my ups, my downs, and everything that contributed to getting to what I built. And then obviously that supply and that demand, you know what I mean, just kind of has alignment, you know what I mean? So 100% in agreement. I think people that try to jump into the, you know, any type of like group type of, you know, maybe consulting or like any type of group collective monetization prior to having like legitimate experience. Like the fact that you have almost 2 decades of experience now, decade and a half.
I've got tickets and payouts dated from websites that are no longer in existence.
Yeah.
Bovada used to be called Bodog. I have tickets that are on my Instagram from 2011. 13 years ago, $3,000 payout, $3,000 payout, $3,000 payout.
That's invaluable. You know what I mean? People are like, I pay for experience. Like I pay for experience in really multiple fashions too. Like when I want to get better at something, I'm looking for an individual that has the results that I want to generate. So it's like 1, you check off there. 2, I'm looking for an individual that has experience, not just some amateur that's lucky their first year in, their first weekend, their first month in. Okay, you check off there. You know what I mean? A decade of experience is phenomenal. Like I love fighting. So like when I look to find like a fighting coach, like are you a champion? Have you ever been a champion? Have you been around champions? I don't want to get trained by a loser. You know what I mean? Because you're either a champion or you're a loser. experience. Have you been doing this for at least a couple of years? You know what I mean? I'm cool with walk-ons, but I need some level of experience. And then the experience, so the actual experience that you bring to your customer. I don't like doing business with people that over-deliver, or at least have the attitude and effort of, hey, I'm going to do my absolute best to just give you everything I can. That's my business model. It's like, hey, listen, I'm not going to be a rocket scientist. I'm not going to be the tallest. I'm not going to be the strongest. I am going to be the baddest ass motherfucker in the room. That is acceptable. But other than that, other than that, dude, like I have to understand and accept that if I'm going to crush people, it's going to be in like just being a real human being and over delivering a value. Like, hey, dude, my attitude and effort is going to be like everything I can do for you. I'm going to create like Michelin star restaurant experience. Yes, sir. No, sir. What do you want? How can I serve you? And like bring you real value. And that's been it for me. There's a book I read this year. I think it was like Extreme Hospitality. And it was incredible, dude. It was just like how Michelin star restaurants and different businesses have this just like this philosophy of like, if you over deliver on value and like customer experience, it's a game changer. I know it's over here somewhere, but it's an absolute game changer, dude.
I mean, value is a great word. I do have a sales background too. And, I never had troubles closing high deals because if you just smack the value, these people just throw money at you.
Yeah.
I just closed the deal on the way here. It was amazing. I was like 30 minutes out. I had to drive an extra, 3 hours and it added another 5 hours of drive time. But I told the guy I had your podcast, right? I'm like, hey, I got to get out of here. It's going to be 7,300. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And then like literally in 5 minutes, I made $2,000 and I was back and I was like, man, that took this thing out of the drive a little bit. So
yeah.
made $2,000 on the way here. That's a good little.
But you only appreciate the drives and you only appreciate, those opportunities because there's been a bunch of drives where they said no. There's been way more trips where they said no. There's been way more 2-hour drives. You went out there, you pitched a deal, it was great, you gave your best presentation of your fucking life, and you need the money, and they said no. You know what I mean? I can't tell you how many times I needed the money, I gave the best presentation, I over-delivered, I was willing to do everything guarantees, and they said no. The deal fell through, I got a chargeback, whatever, and it's like, you just keep going, dog. It's a lesson. It's still a blessing. You know what I mean? I always tell people, like, dude, if you take the lesson out of it, you don't get the blessing. You can't spell blessing without lesson. You get the lesson first and the blessing comes next.
My mentor in sales at least was adamant about doing a masterful presentation and you just knock it out the park every single time. You don't know if that potential customer or client needed that full, song and dance, but if you deliver a masterful presentation, that's your job and that's it. Whether they buy or not, some are going to buy high, some are not, but you're going to get more than you don't.
You're going to get more, dude. 1,000%. Dude, so who's winning the Super Bowl?
I haven't even really got into that yet. I mean,
what? I feel like you plan out 3 seasons ahead.
It's so difficult, and I'm not the best or the go-to guy for futures. A lot of people place those.
Damn. You can place a future bet like that?
Heck yeah, you can. It's better to do like more dark horses. Like I'm sure the favorites are like the Chiefs, 49ers, like, something like that. You want to go like a step below on a team like, I'll give you a team I'm high on that is going to do some damage. I don't know where their odds are. Houston Texans. You got a nice young core, a lot of explosive athletes. Watch out for them. Houston Texans.
Now, you don't get bored watching every single game? It's your job.
I have the duty to myself. It's a passion first. So I like what I don't understand is I'm passionate about sports already, right? Yeah. There's people that sit out in Green Bay or wherever with their shirt off, painting their face, and they don't even have $1 on the game. They're just some hooligan. Yeah. I look at you as a clown. Literally, your face is painted and you have no money on the game. Yeah. It's a business for me. So I'm getting handsomely paid for this game, and you're at the game.
And you're not getting CTE.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, but yeah, it gets tiring, exhausting, but it is it's a lifestyle, it's a passion, it's a hobby. I owe it to people. They're paying me. So I owe it to them to deliver, whether I want to or not. I could have a late night on Saturday and, you got to handle business, but, I'm always the first one to the casino every single Sunday, Bet Rivers, FanDuel, wherever. Hard Rock, Tampa, you'll see me in there literally at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
What was the craziest comp stays, like craziest room or anything you ever got?
Oh man, this is an easy one. So the last time I was in Vegas, my homeboy who did 18 months, BK, we had his going away on a vacation. farewell tour. It was the best trip of my life. So we contacted the host at Circa, and long story short, we got 3 suites connected. I'm talking like badass motherfucking rooms, like king shit, and they're all connected. So anyway, long story short, all my guys, they wanted to check out. Like they checked out, went back to Cali, whatever. Well, we had like 3 to 5 days left on the comp, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take the shit. Fuck it, I'll have 3 suites to myself. So anyway, long story short, I'm like, let me slap this game for 10K, and then I'll stay another week. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So I hit the game. It was a soccer game. It was like over 2.5. I hit that bitch in like 30 minutes. So I made $10,000 in literally 30 minutes. And then I'm hungry. So I go downstairs and I see, this restaurant called Chef Barry's Steakhouse. And I didn't put it together, but one of my really close, friends is celebrity Chef Barry. And I go there with a girl at the time, super smoking hot, whatever. And she's running up the tab. We're talking like 4-figure dinner, drinks, apps, all that shit. And then Friendly Barry comes out. I'm like, my guy. I'm like, help me. You know what I'm saying? So he like takes me to the back. He's like the type of guy that will give you like Wagyu straight off of like Tokyo. And he's like, hey, Hammer, try this. What do you think? Never charge me $1. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chef Barry. If you're watching this, I'm going to send it to you. But he's super cool. So he'll go there, and I go there sometimes, and it's super busy. I'm like, yo, he's getting all stressed out. A lot of customers and lines. I'm like, let's go gamble, bro. Fuck it. And like, we'll just go upstairs and start gambling, bro. And I got photos and stuff with him, and he's known every single celebrity comes through there. Yeah. And he treats you like, he treats me the same he would treat like Drake or Michael Jordan. Like, he makes you feel so good.
That's it, dude. That's the extreme hospitality.
I'm talking like, he makes me feel like, I'm just a regular guy that bets on sports. I'm nobody special. I'm just a regular dude. He makes me feel like I'm Michael Jordan. Like, he's like, come to the back. I got Wagyu right here. This is $300 a piece. Yeah. Try it. I'm like, okay. And then he took care of some tabs for me too. And then, we gambled together. But man, shout out Chef Barry. He's one of the best. If you're ever in Vegas, it's in the Circa. I mean, the guy's just knockdown business and stand-up dude. Like, I owe him a lot.
Incredible, dude.
Saved me on that one date.
That's incredible.
So,
let's go. Dude, so what is there anything else you wanted to hit or cover?
If you got anything, but...
Let's go.
What do you think?
I think it's fire, bro. No, I think that's fire. We're going to follow up. Stay tuned. We're going to start getting some bets going and see how we do with the bets. And we're going to do a follow-up in 6 months. And we're going to just keep rocking these pods and build up a movie, dude. That's what I want to create for people. I want to create... You watch the Kanye documentary? You know how documentaries are, though? It's so simple. You know what I mean? You got years of, compilation footage. You know what I mean? So I'm going to just start creating movies for people. You know what I mean? Imagine, if you recorded the first 10 years of your, up-and-coming journey, bro. What would that look like? And you just put it into a little movie, a little half hour, a little hour.
It's priceless because the thing I sent you... You have to understand this is all in real time. Yeah. I'm watching the Super Bowl. I was actually sick. Long story short, I made my bets. I was tired, blah, blah, blah. And I had no idea it was going to be the best Super Bowl of all time and the biggest comeback of all time. And it made me look like a genius in real time. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm so glad we filmed this shit because I can't make this up. You know what I mean?
Can't make it up. Imagine in the next 10 years, we get an hour of footage like we did today. You've got 10 hours of footage, and then we just take out the best parts, make an hour and a half, hour movie of your next decade.
Let's do it.
It's insane, dude. That's what I'm bringing to people. It's like the people I'm really locking in with. I'm gonna make people movies, dude. We're gonna make you famous. You know what I mean? And famous isn't even like getting into billions of people. It's getting the respect from your loved ones, your friends, your family, and your circle, your community that you're building. That's going to grow inevitably. You know what I mean? These 40 people, if you just keep doing what you're doing, it's going to turn 400 people. Worst case.
It's crazy. And the money is one thing, but I was sharing with a little bit about just how blessed I am with that. I just really started doing this seriously this year. People are like, man, you got to have a group and you need to market yourself and you need to sell your picks and have a website. And, my old mentality was fuck that shit. I got 5K in the game. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. But anyway, I'm waking up every day, new subscriber. I don't know who he is. He just paid me $900. You know what I'm saying? He referred his friend who just paid me $500. I'm like, bro, it's just a nice little... thing to wake up to. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Start the day off. You already made $1,500 before you had a coffee or took a piss. That's not a bad feeling.
Not a bad feeling at all, bro.
So
Let's go. Where can people find you and where can they subscribe to Bet with you?
all my links are on my Instagram. So it's Highlimithammer. If you want to try me out, you know, I show love to new people because I want to give you the experience.
Yeah.
I'm very sensitive to new people too, and sensitive to your money. So I do give like half off
Yeah.
for any package. It's
But
really
you better
just
read that ebook. Don't come on to that that dumb stuff.
read the ebook before you come in here asking
Yeah.
stupid questions.
Like me. What's the line?
But yeah, it's more just to give you the experience and get your feet wet and get you right. So a lot of people, and even like average Joe people, are getting into betting. It's becoming more streamlined.
Everyone's getting into betting.
I used to bet when it was like frowned upon,
Yeah.
and it was like a dark thing. I like took this check from like Indonesia into like Chase Bank one time. I thought I was gonna get arrested because they're like, "Where the hell did you get this, kid?" I'm like, you know what I'm saying, from Bodog, and they're like, "What the hell's that?" I'm like, "Just cash it."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. They sent me a check. I was like literally shaking, you know, like I was
Yeah.
like, I thought they were gonna like close the door and lock it because they looked at me crazy.
Wow.
So, but yeah,
Let's go.
it's gonna be good.
Let's go. Guys, this is the AK Brotherhood. Tap in with High Limit Hammer. Get your bets placed. Run it up, man. And Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl. So don't take my bets. Let's go. AK out.